I guess it's time for the stream, peeps. What you think? What do you think? You think we should stream right now? What do you guys think? I think we should stream right now. All right, let's do it.
When the day's going sideways in your town and the ladder's stuck and the cat won't come down, someone's knocking saying, "Don't you worry, friend." It's Rastov showing up again. He'll lend a hand, crack a joke or two, somehow make the whole thing feel brand new. That's Rastov, hey, helping out wherever he can. Every neighbor's biggest fan. That's Rastov, hey, when the luck runs out of steam, he shows up with another crazy scheme. Good old Rastov.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How we going, everybody? What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another day in paradise. Oh, dude, yesterday I had such low energy and fucking, I just had a massive sleep and I feel pretty damn good. I woke up to hear that apparently Zay left the LCU. We'll see how long that lasts, but Buff is currently doing his victory lap, which, you know what? Fucking fair play to him. Do your victory lap, man. You deserve it. He honestly, yeah, it's one of those things. But today I was just like, at the moment, I have no fucking ideas on what to do, right? Like, I'm just chugging. I'm chugging along. I'm totally chugging along right now, and we will get there. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a little time. You know what I mean? It's going to take a little bit of time, but that's okay. That's fine because we persevere, we push through. And, everything's going to be all good at some point. It's just, for now, we just have to feel what we feel and go with what we want to go with. But I've been having this itch to do some theory crafting, I want to know what you guys think as well. And I kind of brushed over it the other day because I had other things to talk about and do. Oh, my God. Something in my eye. Mark Robinson, member for 4 months, said, 4 months free, baby. That's right. 4 months free. 4 months free. I brushed over it the other day, but the buzz around the fact that there's going to potentially be an X-host network. I wanted to talk to you guys about that, and I wanted to really deep dive into the structure of it, how it could potentially work, what would their pitfalls be, that sort of thing. And I say there because it's not something I'd be a part of, right? I have no interest in being in a network. I have no interest in doing anything like that. And to be honest, when they're all doing drama-related stuff, having a me is kind of a disconnect in the flow of the content anyway. So me being a part of that wouldn't actually help them out. So, but I do find it interesting, right? Because there's a lot that goes into making a network. Let's just start right at the very beginning of it, right? So so far it's an X-host network. And I think, and I don't know if you guys know this, because so correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Life with Ron that's fucking running this network, or is he just like hosting the network? Does anybody know? Right? Does anybody know? Because it seems like a Thick Gemini Productions again. It's what it seems like. Oh my God, baby, here we go with the hype meter. I love it so much. One's in the chat, actually. One's in the chat if you guys know much about this little X-host network. Right? One's in the chat. I want to know. And because we're gonna talk about some of this shit. Because I really want to dive in, and none of this is actual criticism about anyone in it or not in it or anything like that. I just want to talk about the idea of there being a side network, right? So and the start of that, Corey member for a month. WWWW. We love that. Scooter was talking about it yesterday. So that's the thing, right? So let's say let's just I mean, I don't know if anyone's actually running it, right? It's a booty network. So who is the most equipped? Who is the most equipped ex-host to run a network, right? Who do you guys think would be the most equipped host to run that network? Right? Because then do you base the leader on skill or do you base it on pull? MJ, I know none of them, but like let's just actually look into it, right? Now, look, your boy Rastov, he could run it, okay? He could. He won't, and he's not going to, but he could. I could. It would, like, I understand how that shit works, but I couldn't. So, all right. So you think that Scooter is probably the most equipped to run that network, all right? Okay. So let's say that Scooter is the top of the pyramid, right? He is the tip of the spear. He's the head of the dick. I don't know whatever analogy you want to use, all right? So let's say Scooter becomes the leader of this. I'm going to write this shit down. All right. Scooter becomes the leader, right? So what are some of the positives, right? What are some of the positives of Scooter being the leader, right? Let's do a pros and cons. Let's do pros and cons, all right? So some of the pros, and you guys tell me, to mushroom tip, you guys tell me what you think. What would some of the pros be for Scooter to be the leader of this network, right? I mean, he's worked under Keem, so he's got some of that kind of experience, right? We got to give him some credit there. He worked under Keem. He's the best at wrangling. Okay, so best wrangler. What makes him the best wrangler, do you think? What makes him the best wrangler? Seth said, I can't think of anything positive about Scooter. We'll come back to you for the cons then. But I want to actually like think about this shit, right? I want to think about this shit because it's not as simple as a bunch of these ex-hosts being like, hey, we're going to build a network. There's a lot that go into it, you know? There is a shitload that goes into it because, you know, you can shit on Keem as much as you want. That he brought his own audience to it, right? Mike brought his own audience into it. They brought audiences in, and then they fed their own audiences into the flow, right? So that, you know, okay. So we've got two pros so far. Stays cool under pressure. Definitely not joking. Okay. He was the only one to get ALR to do anything. Okay. All right. So ALR would potentially be in this network, right? So that would actually be a pro, right? Because you would arguably say that if ALR is in this network, that she would be the biggest draw, the biggest star, right? So that would actually be a pro. Is he has a working relationship with the biggest star in the network. That's a pro. Okay, good relationship. All right, that's a good point. That's an actual good point. Okay, so any more pros you guys have? Anything? Any pros you might have about old Scooty Boops being the leader of the network? Any pros whatsoever? He already has a website? Okay. Does he? Okay, all right. Yep. No idea is too. No idea is bad, right? Okay, so he has a website. He is a man. All right, cool. He is male. Let's see. He has energy. Yep. Let's have a look. He made it himself. Oh, that's dope. He has half a brain. Okay. All right. Okay. So you know what? There's some pros there. There's some. He has merchandise that is definitely. Okay, I almost took you seriously, Turtle. I almost took you seriously. No, if you want merch, you come to Rastov. All right, Rastov makes the best merch, hands down. Okay. All right. So some pros of Scooter being the leader of this network. He worked under Keem. He's the best wrangler. Oh, this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At Mr. Barnyard super chatted $10.30. To all my Aussie and Kiwi mates, please take a moment today to remember our servicemen and women on this, the 111th anniversary of Anzac Day.
Hey, yeah, lest we forget, man. Thank you, Mr. Barnyard. It is Anzac Day. You know, it's. I honestly, until I saw you post that in the Discord, I'd forgotten, because all time doing this just blurs together. The fact that like my brain thinks it's Friday right now is crazy, even though it's technically my Saturday. But yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Barnyard. Okay, so this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At my Boom Boom Pow super chatted
The fuck?
$4.99. I won't be speaking my opinion here, but have $5. I'm currently watching Love on the Spectrum and someone in season 4 reminds me of you.
What? I don't know how I'm meant to take that. What the fuck, dude? You know what I think our hype meter needs? It needs lines, so we can see when we've hit certain thresholds. I feel like that would be cool, but I don't know. But thank you, I guess, Mr. Boom Boom Pow. You can still give your opinions, all right? We're going to have a... Okay, so one of the things was he was training to be a politician, so he's good at lying, okay? Politician, so good at lying. All right. I mean, look, that's a pro, right? Sometimes you've got to tell people that they're doing a good job when they're not, I guess. You know, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Okay. All right. So I mean, we've got a decent number of pros here. Okay, we have a decent number of pros. What about some cons? Now I'm feeling pretty good today. I don't feel sad at all. So like, you know, we might do a couple shots if anyone wants to drop a 20. But otherwise, that training to be a politician. So he was in a cult. Okay, off the rip, the cons. Okay, so cons. He drinks way too much. Okay. Drinks way too much. All right. Look, this is why we start with the pros first, okay? Because we start with the positive, and then we look at what potentially could hinder him being the leader. It's not a bad thing. It's not shitting on him. You have to look at this shit objectively. Okay. The other half of his brain is stupid. Okay. Okay. Other half of his brain is stupid. All right, fair enough. Certified Judd. He's okay. His mother is Jesus Christ. Okay. Look, I'm clearly a simp. Okay. I mean, you know what? Not cleaning a simp. Clearly a simp. Okay. So look, that's actually a fair point, right? Like there could be. You know, he might have been the only one that was able to work with ALR, but is that too far simpery, you know? Timu Keemstar. You think so? So he's Scoot Star. Okay. No, look. I He smokes Delta 8. Okay. Fair enough. Doesn't he have to because it's illegal? Like, Jesus Christ, Mr. Boom Boom Pow. Why you got to be like that? Okay. All right. So far we've got more pros than cons. That's a good thing. All right. That's a really good thing. Okay. And the thing is there's not a lot on. Well, apart from the drinking, right? That's the only main thing that's gonna impact his ability to lead this network, right? He bans people for having opinions. I mean, I guess that comes under Timu Keemstar, though, right? Bans people for opinions. And look, I'm not fact checking any of this shit. All right. So if you guys, if that's what you think a con is, then that's what we're putting up there. Mooch said, "What is this list for?" So basically, what we're doing is I just felt like doing some theory crafting today, and I want to theory craft what this X-host network could potentially look like. Right? Thrifty member for a month said, "Shitty transportation device." You know what? I like it. Shitty transportation device. And thank you, Alex, for the gifty. I appreciate you. Okay. No, you guys are all good. All right, now I think we're at even. Well, I mean, the shitty transportation device is kind of a joke. He DMs married women. Does he? I mean, what's the context of that? Right? Like, what is the context of that? Okay, all right, okay. Oh, this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At Mr. Barnyard super chatted $21.30. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them. Lest we forget now start drinking.
Thank you, Mr. Barnyard. I will take a little swiggy swig. Oh, it's been a minute. Thank you, bro. Oh, definitely not as cute as me, but he DMs Billy, a married woman. All right, I'm going to put in brackets, Billy. All right. Whew. That'll put hair on your chestnuts. Okay. All right. So Scooter becomes the leader of this network, right? All right. I need to go look at who's in this thing, actually. I need to go have a look at who's in this list. Who the fuck is Chaotic Chatter? I don't know who that is. Let's see. So far, this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At Volkmadvadi super chatted $5. I for one support the RCU and the associated talent such as Johnny the Dishwasher and Kylie Gets Literal.
Dude. Johnny the Dishwasher and Kylie Gets Literal goes so hard. Oh my god, dude. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, that got me. That literally got me. That's so fucking funny, dude. Johnny the Dishwasher and Kylie Gets Literal. I need to make this. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. I'm getting sidetracked for a second. I need I want to see what ChatGPT's interpretations of this is. You despise Weenstar? I mean, fair enough. There's a lot to despise there. Oh, there is a lot to despise. I want to see though. I want to see. No, Billy don't sue anybody, all right? You can't be suing people. You can't be suing people. All right, I just want to see what this image pumps out because I want to sue. No, you're not going to sue anybody, Mr. Fridge. I want to see. I want to see. Okay, look, you know. Okay, this is very this is. Hold on. Let me just drag this shit to the screen. This is the Johnny the Dishwasher and Kylie Gets Literal podcast. Dish it daily. That's actually so good. Oh my god, loads of fun podcast. That's not what I meant, literally. Dude, this kind of bangs, dude. This kind of bangs. This kind of bangs. Oh my god. That's so fucking funny, dude. Oh, anyway, so all right. So Scooter becomes the leader of this this network. All right. What is the structure? What is the structure of this network? Do they create a schedule? What do you, because this is all just theory crafting, okay? This is all just guessing and discussing, and you know, no idea is wrong. It's absolute chaos. Okay, so the network is absolute chaos. Freedom Tower said, I'm suing myself and countersuing myself for suing. Fair enough. Well, actually, before we get into the structure, is there anybody else, right? Anybody else who you think could potentially be the leader or would want to be the leader of this network? Or are we set on the fact that Scooter has to lead this ex-employee network? Because what would it like? What do you think that actually needs to be in the leader, right? Like, what do you think the leader needs to actually have for this to be successful? Who the fuck's in the network? That's right. Rastov does not want to be the leader. I'm staying very far away from this. But I felt like doing some theory crafting, and I don't want to talk about LCU, so we're talking about this. So there's this Simply Christina person who I have no idea who the fuck that is. Not a clue. Let me get back to fucking Big Thickums channel. There's Amberlyn Reed, there's Savage, Scooter, Gidgy, Simply Christina, Life with Ron, and some Mac guy. Nom Nom said, Billy wishes he was a part of this theory craft. Probably not. Let's see. You've just found me on shorts. Am I using a filter? My face is glitching on the short screen. I don't think so. I don't know why my face would be glitching. It looks fine to me. Looks fine on a preview. But that's cool that you found the shorts. I like that. Oh, this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At my Boom Boom Pow super chatted $4.99. Okay. So like season 4 is great. So many quirky people and they're having fun. If you haven't seen it, I suggest it so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Boom Boom Pow. Can you guys ever keep on topic with your donos? Why does it always have to be about something that's not related to what I'm talking about? Every time. Every time. Okay? Every time. YouTube uses AI on shorts? That's crazy. I did not know that. Okay. All right. So there's no one else that we think out of all of these people, right? I don't know if there's anyone else that's going to be a part of this network. Thrifty sent some jewels and it popped up on the screen. It is all Boom. But he's not the only one. It's... Are they going to... Okay, are they calling it... Oh, my God. Okay. So... maybe we should have went with Thick. I mean, we can theory craft Thick Gemini if you want, right? We can theory craft what Thick Gemini as the leader would be. We've got time, okay? There's no rush. There's no rush. You tell me ALR isn't the leader? She definitely fills the space. I mean, look, we don't fat shame here, okay? I'm a fat guy. We don't fat shame people. He crashes out as much as Scoot. Okay, well let's run some scenarios then, all right? Let's run some scenarios with Scooter as the leader. If you have a scenario of something that could potentially happen, all right? A specific scenario that could happen in a network, right? If you have a specific scenario, I want you to send it through. But let's just say one of the hosts is racist. All right, let's just say let's use an LCU example. Okay, so let's do some scenario play out. All right, scenario with Scooter as the leader. Scenario play out. All right, host does something racist. All right, what is the first thing that Scooter does? But his mum is. Okay, so the first thing that he checks is, was it my mother that did this? All right, okay. So first thing checks, it was not his mother. All right. I mean, that's a fair point, right? Because anytime something like that happens, that's the first person they're going to point at. Oh, you know what? That's that's actually a fucking funny scenario. We'll look at that one later, maybe. Okay. So one of his hosts does something racist. The first thing he does is checks it was not his mother. What do you think? Okay, he's going to hop up on... He blames it on Rastov? Okay. You know, this is very Keem-coded at the moment, but okay, he blames Rastov. All right. He jumps up on panel. Then he tells us that we don't understand. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. He tells the viewers they don't understand. All right. Okay. I don't know what that means. What's the context behind that? I mean, being Keem coded kind of makes sense. All right. He sucks off a geek bar all the time. This is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly. Volk said this is a Billy the Fridge simp account. What is a scooter? Is that what happens when your butt itches while you're sitting on carpet? It might be. It might be. Okay, second thing is a scooter checks if there's enough alcohol for day drinking stream. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, make sure he has enough alcohol. All right. Okay, now just in case any of the people involved in this watch, this is all just jokes, okay? We're all just theory crafting jokes. Well, it's jokes to me anyway. Like I'm not taking any of this stuff very serious. But okay. So far nothing actually gets done about the situation. It's all hypothetical, allegedly. Yep, that's right. So, okay, so far nothing has actually been done with the situation itself. All right. Maybe having two people, allegedly. Maybe having two people to run the network. I mean, that could happen. Right? But, you know, having two leaders, it's difficult, right? Difficult. Okay, so based on what you've suggested so far for what he does in this situation, nothing happens. He fires the host that complains and calls his mother racist. He just straight up fires the host. Okay. Okay, well that's the end of it then. He fires the host and then calls his mother racist. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. If Scooter's running it, you know that Gidgey's already doing it behind the scenes. I mean, maybe. Not the one who's racist. He fires someone else. Okay. Now, these would all make very fucking funny chat GPT images, okay? They would make very funny chat GPT images. Okay, so, okay, finds out he fired the wrong person, okay? Oh, yeah. Look, we will get to that side of the structure of things, Turtle, because I want to get to that part later. But for now, we're checking on Scooter's ability to lead this network, right? We're checking on his ability to lead this network. His network gets shut down due to Gidgey violating TOS. Done. Well, we can't just end the game like that. You know, we've got to go through the whole process of actually theory crafting it, you know? Okay. I think we've locked this one down, all right? So one of his hosts does something racist. He checks it wasn't Gidgey first. Then he blames me. I'm getting arm flashbacks. He jumps up on the panel. Then he tells the viewers they don't understand. Checks he's got enough alcohol. Fires the host. Calls his mother racist. Then finds out he fired the wrong person. Okay. I feel like we can wrap a nice little bow on that. So, out of 10, right? Out of 10, what would you rate that scenario? How did he handle that scenario? Just from one being really bad, 10 being amazing. I want to see what you guys think. Spam your numbers in the chat, 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Next show, Rastov plays this all out in AI. Tempting. It's tempting to do that right now. 10 out of 10 scenario, 1 out of 10, 3 out of 10. Wow, you guys think he handled this shit like a champ? Okay. Aussie Cobb, what's up, bro? What did I think about the boogie body cam footage? Completely unrelated to the boogie body cam footage, is it illegal to lie to the cops in America? I don't know. I live in New Zealand. That's just a genuine, like a side question. 2 out of 10, at least he attempted to fire someone. Interesting. Interesting. It is illegal to lie to the cops? Then no comment. No comment. No comment. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, I don't even know how you would cover that, Aussie, to be honest. Like, because you just got to be real careful with the way that you frame shit, right? Like it's tough. It's really tough. It's really tough. It's just, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. That shit's complicated as hell. Complicated as hell. Okay. Look, now maybe it was real, maybe it was true. I don't know. I don't know. There we go. Precious broke it up by sending some chili. All right. Now, in case you guys don't remember, if you're on your phone and you send some Julies through, they come up over here in the top, this side. Oh, this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At NomNomog super chatted $6.62. It angers me seeing how much time Boogie wastes of the cops when they could be dealing with real crime and issues. What a loser.
It's, the funny thing is the cops that always show up at his house are always very, like, nice, take everything really seriously, and they always, like, try to be super friendly to him. I don't know, man. I think, like, if I look at it from Kalo's perspective, right? Like, he finally gets his chance in the network. Thank you, Nina. Oh, with the mystery gift? That's cool as shit. I think, I think Kalo's point of view, he finally gets his shot in the network. You know, he's getting told to do all these things. He does them all. And then the cops actually get called on him. And it's like serious. The cops actually get called. Did we hit 7K? No, we didn't. Shit, we did. Oh, wow, that's cool. Hey. All right, now for every for every sub I have now, you have to drop $1, okay? No, that's cool. How the fuck did we get to 7K? I tell you what, though, I got a bunch of subs off those AI songs I put up. That shit was the sub money. I don't know if any of them watch live streams, but I'm still happy about it. That's awesome. Holy shit, we're getting close to 10K. Gained 2 subs in the last fuck. Oh, that's nuts. Yeah, it's yeah, I feel bad for Kalo, right? Because that guy tries so hard. But I've heard of some of the shit that he's done in the past. So I don't know, man. It's just messy. It's just really messy. $1 in New Zealand money? No, it's got to be American. Nom said time to post Volta stuff. Guys. You don't really want Volta stuff. There we go. Party hat for some Julies. We love that. Oh, this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At DinGD6 I super chatted $4.99. Have an amazing stream, boss.
Thank you, Dingy. You have a good one, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck, I didn't realize we hit 7K. That's crazy. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, honestly. See, I know that I got a lot of subs from leaving, right? Like a lot of people subbed up to the channel to keep an eye on it in case something happened and shit like that. You will become a champion if I post the video. Oh God, the hype meter's about to burst. So much hype. It's too much hype. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't say no to that. This is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At my boom boom pow super chatted $4.99. Okay, so the one guy Connor has anxiety, but his family is really supportive. I'm now going to buy a Crusader helmet in support of him.
Like an actual Crusader fucking... Like medieval goddamn Crusader helm? That's nuts. That's nuts. Yeah. Billy actually watched the Boogie body cam footage yesterday. It was very interesting. All right, fine. I'll post the goddamn Voldestov video. But I'm going to have to edit it all together, all right? I'm going to have to edit that shit. It's going to take me like a whole 10 minutes. Do you know how valuable 10 minutes? That's 10 minutes I could be playing Crimson Desert, okay? You know what, though? It would be a waste to not post it. Thank you, Nina, for the coin. It would be a waste to not post it because I spent 2 hours making that fucking thing. So it would be a massive waste to not actually post it. So I appreciate you guys want to see it. All right, sounds good to me. Where were we? Oh, yeah, Scooter ran through a scenario as leader. All right, so there was mixed reviews. Some people were happy with it and some people weren't. You were about to bribe me for it? Well, you know me, Alex. You can always bribe me. I do take bribes. That's why I would make a bad cop. All right, I'd take bribes. Look, it's all about the intent, right? Not taking bribes for bad stuff. Taking bribes for good stuff. Okay. Does anybody else have a scenario that we want to play out as Scooter being the leader of this network? I do love hundos. Hundos are pretty great. Seth said, I came back and we are still talking about Scooter. We were talking about Boogie for a second, Kalo for a minute. And now we're back on the Scooter wagon. We celebrated 7K subs, which is nuts. You know, I might not be the most entertaining guy, all right? I might not be the smartest content creator. but I am very consistent. I try to be as consistent as possible. How about if I was to return to the LCU? That has nothing to do with this network we're talking about, and that wouldn't happen. It's Blue sent a GOAT trophy? Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that. That's actually really friggin' cool. I like that a lot. That Little Growl has become a Rastovian. Thank you very much. I'm starting a network? No. We're talking about the ex-hosts that have started talking about starting a network. I wanted to do... I miss doing theory crafting on shit, you know? That was one of the fun things in the LCU was theory crafting all of the shit that was going on, you know? And, yeah. I'm hoping, yeah. So I just felt like doing some theory crafting and, yeah. I just want to, yeah, it's just for fun. It's just for fun. I don't necessarily know if any of this shit will ever happen, but, and, you know. You feel special being the 7,000th sub? That's awesome. Thank you very much. Mr. Boom Boom Pow said, oh my God, Emma just friend zone who she was talking to. That's kind of crazy. What about a network run by ALR? We can theory craft it if she is the leader. We've just done some theory crafting with Scooter. I'm totally, if you want to theory craft ALR as the leader, we totally can, but they took bus away from you, Goten. I've been there, man. I've been there. They took bus away from me too. I feel you. She would be a horrible leader. I feel like she would just fire everybody all the time. But then you should be too proud to ask them to come back. The thing is, she doesn't need it. Fuck me, bro. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. What the fuck, Alex? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I get to play the song finally. Now, I still don't know if we're going to change these. All right, we'll play it.
50 bomb, 50 bomb, 50 hit, it's all gone wrong. The moon fell out, the cows can talk, and now they're singing this dumb song. 50 bomb, 50 bomb. The king just crowds off through the square, the castle's gone, the moat's on fire, there's fireworks in everybody's hair. 50 bomb, 50 bomb. Nobody knows what's happening now. The bells, the drums, the goats, the king, we're way too deep to stop somehow. 50 bomb.
I forgot what it was. I forgot what the song was. That's awesome. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that a lot. What's up, Gidgy? How you doing? This is fun. So yeah, I don't necessarily know if ALR leading this would work, right? I don't know if it will work. I feel like she would fire too many people, but who knows? You know, sometimes great leaders are forged in fire. You know what I mean? Sometimes the greatest of leaders are forged in fire. So I don't know. So, all right. I feel like we stick with Scooter being the leader unless anybody else has a, she would be the Becky of that universe. I don't know. Becky was fake. Like, Becky was manufactured and fake, right? She seems real, you know? I remember watching, though, and I'm like, I would think, like, how the fuck could anybody put up with that level of scrutiny? Like, that shit's just nuts, man. Like, that's got to fuck the mental health, you know? Like, that's just got to tank the mental health. Like, I couldn't do it. I'd be like, fuck it, I'm working at McDonald's. I'm not doing this shit. How about Nightmare's still in the LCU? So, like, he can't lead the ex-host network. He's not an ex-host. Okay. All right. So let's just keep Scooter at the top of the totem pole. All right. So what's the actual structure of this universe going to look like, right? What's the structure of this universe going to look like? Is it going to be shows that lead into other shows? Is it just going to be everybody can stream whenever the fuck they want, but they all look after each other? Oh, shit! Devin! Thank you very much.
5 bomb, 5 bomb, 5 just hit the town. Wake the mayor, ring the bell. Everybody panic now.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yes, this is just a fake network we're inventing based on the potential of maybe some ex-hosts. I just felt like doing some theory crafting. So what do we got? What do we think? See, Corey likes the 5-bomb song, okay? A lot of people said that it was too short. I like the 5-bomb. All right? I made them gradually get more crazy. Did you guys like the 50-bomb song, or was it too much? Do we have to change it? Because I was thinking about changing them. I just don't know. Oh, Cat Stove got a membership. Nice. Joyce says nice things about me on a Reddit. Oh, it's going to take a minute. How far away are we from that reading out? We're all the way back here. It'll read out in a minute. What? No. Okay, we'll get to these donos. We'll get to these donos. Okay. Yeah, I know you don't like AI songs, Seth, okay? We need to broaden your horizons. Open your mind, all right? Open your mind. But yeah, we will do some golf with friends this weekend. I know we still have to do a Total War playthrough. I'm wondering if we can do that next weekend, if that's okay. I have a lot of shit I need to get done this weekend. We have to fucking get the car sold. We have to do a whole bunch. It's just that there's just so much shit to dismantle. Dismantling a life is crazy. Like, it's fucking nuts, dude. I know a bunch of you have gone through it, so you know, but yeah. All right, are we almost there? How are we not almost there? There's no way. Where the fuck are we? How have we jumped? No. Oh, no. We're back down here. Are we? Yes. Now it's going to read. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At Alex Doris 0617 super chatted $10. Congrats on 7k subs, Rastov. Hope anyone who was gifted a member joins the Discord.
Yeah.
Also, what games are you playing this weekend? Golf with friends again.
Yeah, we'll do some golf.
This is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly. Oh, this is meant to be my hug box.
Okay, I'll read yours
Instead,
out.
I'm getting spanked constantly.
At DinGD6 I super chatted $4.99. Thanks for providing a fun escape from reality.
I appreciate you too, brother. But Devin did say, Rastov, don't sell yourself short. You are the leader. Not in this hypothetical. Look, I'm the leader of myself, okay? I can't. Look. Could I do it? Yes, I could do it, all right? But there's a lot of things that go into being a leader of something, right? You've got to have respect or fear. And I don't want fear. And I don't know if the people that would be working for it would respect me, so it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Oh. Whew. They're waiting for me to step up. It's kind of like what I said. I said it briefly at the start. You know, if ex-hosts did a network, like I wouldn't, would I even want to lead it? No. And this is why. If everyone's doing drama, right, and I'm doing something completely different, it's a disconnect in the flow. You know, it's a disconnect in the flow. So if they were all redirecting to each other and it was going drama to drama to drama to drama, and then you've got goofy fucking tier list New Zealander, right? It just breaks up the thing. And I like doing my little tier lists. You know, I enjoy that shit. So I would still watch. And I would still probably, you know. No, people have had me running a rogue network since I left. I'm pretty sure there's a theory that like Rastov gives out like ex-host survival guides, but that's never happened. So, PBW said, never get back with your ex. It feels familiar, but it does not end well. Yeah, I get that. I feel that. I feel that. No, so I'm happy on my own, right? I'm happy on my own. I kind of like just being my own little random little star out in the cosmos, floating past all the other big planets, you know. LWR changed the name from Lolcow to the Eclipse Network last night. I wonder what prompted that. Interesting. Freedom Tower said Kalo is copying you. He's doing tier list Tuesdays. If I got upset, right? If I got upset every time someone copied something I did, I'd be pissed off all the time. Right? Because the funny thing is, and this happens all the time, is I get told I'm not entertaining or I'm boring or like, you know, but then all of a sudden everyone starts doing the ideas that I do. Like, it's just, you know, it was like that in the LCU with like fucking tier lists and then the AI slop and then all this other bullshit that we did, you know, and it's just like, I don't care. Like, it's fine. It's all good. Because I guarantee you it ain't going to be funny as mine. You know, no one, it's not going to be as engaging. Not going to be as cool. But I also didn't invent tier lists either. So it's like, it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. It's chill, baby. It's chill. I will be your star. That's totally fine. I will be Rastovia's shining star. Want to make hot tub streams great again, bro? And then everyone's gonna do hot tub streams. It's gonna be banging. All right, it's gonna be banging. Okay. So, is there in this hypothetical ex-host network, is there any kind of revenue split, or is it everyone gets what they get? Volk said, good on you not rejoining the Keem network. Well, Keem said, he did say that there's no, that he said, I will never ever take Rastov and Scooter back. So, yeah, it's, I have no interest, right? Like, it's just not, you know, like Billy's gone, the fun's gone, you know, good luck to them. I hope they can, you know, fix it, but also like he's leaving in fucking, what, 5 days? So. Okay. So. All right. So there's all right. Okay. All right. Yes. The payment structure. Let's fucking talk about payment structure of the X-Host network. All right. So let's have a look at some theories. Okay, so it would be ad revenue. Okay, so only ad revenue. Only ad rev to the leader. Interesting. Let's see. Owner should get 20% for every show, every sub show. Oh, so 20% from every show. 20% rev from every show. Okay. Interesting. Once your mama and steak take over, it's really gonna die. I mean, that might be what he's hoping. I don't know. Buff was in their chat. Keem said, I might need you for tomorrow, Buff, so things... Dude, look. I love Buff. He is not that dumb. He's not that. He is making more money than pretty much every host in the LCU is. So there's no, like, there is no chance that guy ever goes back. And you know what? Good. You shouldn't, right? You shouldn't. Because the thing is like that 50% fucking hits hard. Like when you think about it, he takes 50%, YouTube takes 30% before that. Then you got to split it with a co-host. Dude, when you leave, even the bad days are better than their fucking like middays. It's crazy. Keem was donating to Scooter, so it's pretty obvious what's going down. I mean, to be honest, like I saw that, like that got sent to me. I think I think that's I think that's some shady shit trying to get people to not trust Scooter. That, honestly, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt with that one. So, you make Doggy do working for LCU unless it's on live. You have to have two shows, basically. You have to have like one good show and one like okay show, and then you can pretty much like be comfortable. Unless you're Boogie, right? Boogie cleans house. Anyway, okay, so the payment structure for this X-Host network. So we've got one potential thing would be only the ad revenue. Now you don't get a lot of ad revenue on live stream stuff. You don't get a lot of ad revenue. So it probably wouldn't be much. Now, any other theories? 20% revenue from every show would go to the leader. So every show that's a part of this network, right? The X-Host network. Every show has to give, in this scenario, Scooter 20%. Any other theories? Any other theories? Not even Live is making money now. They like Live still makes like good money, but the split kills it, The split makes it tough. What do you guys think? Mr. Boom Boom Power said Logan just got a super cool suit for his big day. Giving Scooter any money is a ripoff. Don't join. I mean, look, like I said, this is all this is a hypothetical X-Host network that we're gonna build through. Okay, it's funny. I enjoying this. I like, dude. I've heard Love on the Spectrum is pretty funny. Okay, I've heard it's pretty good. I've heard it's pretty good. I've heard it's very wholesome. Okay. What is he doing for that 20%? And that, okay, so that, I mean, that was the $1 million question over there, right? Because none of my shows ever got touched. So, I don't know. They only got touched when they made too much money. So, anyway, so wholesome. We love that. Okay, all right. So, let's see what else. What else? So, no one else has any theories on payment structure? You don't think, like, 50% or nothing like that? We're just going to stick with only ad revenue or 20% rev. So Scooter would be taking 20% from these shows. I mean, fair enough. That's fair enough. All Kim used to do was ruin everything, so 50% went to your own demise. Yeah, it didn't feel great. Definitely not 50. Okay. You feel like okay, all right. So no payment, no kickback to the leader. All right, just redirects. Okay, all right, fair enough. If they could split it evenly, ooh. See, this is how I thought the LCU should have ran. Right, once it started expanding out, there should have been a set wage. There should have been a set wage for every host that got that kind of increased when milestones were hit, and then there would have been like a small, like commission-based part to it, because then there's there's less focus on the money side of things. You're getting paid regardless. They focus on the content, comes in naturally, right? That's how I thought it should have been. Payment structure is really complicated. Pool all the monies and divide it equally. Right. So I like that. Okay. So pool it. Okay. All right. Split equally. All right. So let's think about this. Right. Now Devin is correct. Supporting each other should be their main goal. Greed only breaks you. But let's say in this hypothetical X-Host network, right? When you've got a channel like ALR that's got like hundreds of thousands of subs and brings thousands of watches, right? is she going to be okay splitting some of the money that goes to her show? Because like she's basically going to be funding the universe at that point, right? She'll be funding the network. So there's pros and cons to like having everything split equally. Is that someone's going to be doing more heavy lifting, and then that's when it becomes a problem. This is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At Control Alt Della Super Chatted $49.99. Don't split this with anyone. Winking face emoji.
Oh, I might split it with the cats. All right, I might get the cats a nice little toy or something. But otherwise, thank you, Della. Seth Looks, member for 5 months, said you should stream playing the 1988 Taito arcade platformer, The New Zealand Story, and represent your culture. What is that? I'll have to look that up. Yeah, it's but that's the thing, right? People by nature want more, right? You know, people are driven to try and get more than what they have. You know, that's why the big question is, why do rich people constantly try and get more money? It's because that's human nature, is to constantly try and get more. It's wired into us that we want to take and take and take and take. Right? The difference is if you give at the same time. This is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly. Fuck. Why does yours never read and I have to read this shit out myself? Volk said, so you aren't invited to the wedding of your old boss, to Lane Maxwell? Fuck me. I'm going to assume, and this is just an assumption, I think my invite might have got lost in the mail. I think that's what I think that's what happened. Okay, I think that's what happened. My invite might have got lost in the mail. Just a theory. It could have happened that way. Okay. Okay. So I think and I think that this would potentially be the biggest issue with an ex-host run network. Everybody has very different levels of experience. Everybody has different levels of subscriber and audience count. So, you know, people like ALR, maybe even people like Savage, I don't know. Are they going to be okay giving kickbacks to people who haven't put in the same work as them? I don't know, right? I don't know. Have I talked to Billy about doing a stream together, Dingy? I don't. What is a stream? What is a stream? You like crossing our P streams? I feel like we've talked about that. I think we've talked about crossing our P streams. Is Firestarve still happening? Yes, it is. Yes, Firestarve is still happening. We had a conversation about when we were going to do it, and we're going to do Firestarve on Wednesdays and Fridays, except this Friday because Fire is at a concert. So we'll be back next Wednesday, and then we'll do Friday again. So then 3 days of streaming for Fire is solid. So time to interview the fridge. If Billy and I did a stream, it would just be us just fucking hanging out, shooting the shit, making jokes, and having fun. That's all it needs to be, right? Billy and I have not crossed tips, okay? We never did that. It never happened. We've never crossed tips, okay? We've never docked, okay? We've never docked. We've never met. We should meet, though. The bigger host could start a second channel if they want, so everyone is on an equal footing. I mean, kind of, but then neglecting your main channel ends up hurting your main channel, right? So thank you, MJ, for the gold coin. Both of us looking at police body cams like the... It's funny because, like, I respond in his chat when I'm watching like I'm on the screen. I can't help it. Like, I can't. It's just built in. Oh, it's so funny. You'll pay for me first. Okay, do you understand how expensive it would be for me to go first class to fucking Seattle? I've looked at it. It is expensive. It's very. I'm in New Zealand, right? You know how far away that is? It's a fuckload far away. Okay, let's see. Why are we starting a net? I'm not starting a network, Smoke Elijah. If you were here from the start, you would know this is just theory crafting. This is theory crafting their network, not mine. I'm on my own. I'm staying on my own. You have an idea for the channel name Fat Camp? Yeah, so this is us theory crafting because I just had the itch. I just felt like doing some theory crafting on some shit. I needed to get the creative juices flowing again, you know? So this is what their network could look like. Now, another good question that we would have to ask ourselves with the X-House network is, what is their content like? Are they all doing different levels of content, or is it going to have to be the same? Because part of the appeal of the LCU was that it was drama. You know, you're in a drama network. You get moved through the drama loop, right? And that's why he didn't like Balls, because it was a disconnect from that, but it was also a palate cleanser for a lot of people, which allowed them to carry on through the loop, right? So when you get that big, you have to, like, you know, hear us out. Me, Scooter, Billy, 2 days a week live. Who knows what the future may hold? Yeah, who knows? I'm closer? Interesting. As much as she tries to deny it and get away from it, she needs us like we need her. Dude, you know what? ALR and her audience and the people that watch are definitely like, it's very symbiotic. Is that the right one? Symbiotic? Hold on. Let me go. Did I use that word right? I'm pretty sure I did. Raywu, welcome to the Rastovians. Pretty sure I used that right. Symbiotic. Yeah. Yeah. It was symbiosis. Yep. No, you got it. I'm not that dumb. My brain is mush at the moment, but otherwise it's not too bad. Hear me out. No. Okay, look, it's again, okay. One thing I really have to hammer this down, okay? Everybody's got things they want, right? Everybody has things they want. They want this person to work with this person, to do a stream with this person. Us, you know, even just playing around with the idea doesn't mean any of it's ever going to happen, right? Like sometimes it's just fun to think about what it could be, you know? Sometimes it's, you know, and people want to, you know, fucking hell. Mr. Boom Boom Pow said, oh man, Connor is feeling embarrassed right now. Thank you for the updates. We appreciate that very much so. Thank you, Mr. Boom Boom Pow, for the update. Yeah, we're basically playing fantasy YouTube at the moment, right? We're playing fantasy YouTube. Dude, I had a dream. I want to tell you about this dream, okay? New Zealand has its own sign language. It does. It's official language of New Zealand. We have 3 official languages. I had this dream last night. Oh God. Okay. This is gonna sound so dumb. All right. This dream was, and this I think having this dream kind of just like made me want to do this theory crafting today about like networks and shit like that. So I went to for some reason, and I think it's because I saw something on either Instagram or X from Logan Paul. I went in the dream. I went to a WrestleMania. Okay, I went to a WrestleMania, and I think what I had seen yesterday was Logan Paul said that if someone pays $250 for a photo with him, but they didn't pay for a meet and greet, he barely gives them any attention, right? So I think the fact that I'd seen that just before I went to sleep put this in my head. So I went for some reason I was at a WrestleMania, okay? Probably to watch the wrestling. And, I ended up doing a meet and greet with Logan Paul, okay? It's a fucking weird dream. And it felt so real, okay? It felt so real. So I'm meeting up with Logan Paul in my dream. And, he's like, oh, you're from New Zealand? Like, he's just talking and shit like that. And I said, can you do me a favor? And he was like, yeah, sure, man. Anything. Like, for some reason, like, we're there. Like, me and Logan Paul's like this, right? So he's like, yeah, dude, I'll do anything. I was like, can you buy the LCU off Keem for me? The stream was so fucking stupid. And he was like, what's the LCU? So I explained what it was, who it was run by, like all the shit that had happened to him. And he's like, yeah, man, for sure. Like, I'll buy the LCU for you. And I was like, but you have to make sure that on the contract, Keem has to do 10 hours of video work a week. Mandatory has to be on screen for at least 10 hours a week for the next 4 years. This was a very fucking vivid dream, okay? This was a very vivid dream. So Logan Paul buys the LCU, all right? He buys the LCU for me, right? We're kind of like this. It was a weird dream, okay? It was a weird dream. So like all shows get put on hiatus. Every show except for live. And live goes live and it's me. And I'm like, what's up? I own the LCU now. And nobody knew that Logan Paul had bought it, right? Nobody knew that he had been the one that bought it. And so what happened was I was on the screen and I said, this is a message to all current hosts. You have 1 week to decide whether or not you want to stay or leave. 1 week. 1 week to decide if you want to stay or leave. And a bunch of hosts, ended up leaving. They were like, oh, yeah, without, like, they didn't know that Keem had to be on camera or anything like that. None of that shit, right? So a bunch of hosts leave. And so what happens is after the week goes up, we just restructured all the shows. We paid everybody. We put everybody on a salary. There was, and we built up these new shows, brought in people from outside. Like it turned it into like an actual fucking thing. But the caveat was that Keem was forced to do a show 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for the next 4 years, and he had to. Right? That was a part of the that was a part of the dream, right? So that was a part of the like contract of selling. If you have to commit to doing 10 hours of video work a week, or you're gonna get fucking fined or some shit like that. So it was a great dream. It was a fantastic. And the funniest part of this whole thing was we set up this whole redid this whole network, and then all the hosts that had left. I bought back a bunch of the hosts that had left beforehand and, put them on shows and shit like that. And, so Buff got his own show and crap like that. And we ended up getting back to that. And so we set up this network with all these hosts and shit like that. And then I just went back to my little channel and was just doing tier list Tuesdays to 50 people a day. It was and the thing is he to him, Logan Paul was buying it. To the audience, it was me that owned it, but he didn't know that I was working with Logan Paul. And so then when I got to break the news to him, I was like, hey, you have to do a show every single day, 5 days a week. He was very upset. And it was funny as fuck. And it was a great dream. And I just went back and did my little tier list while this network kept running. We hired people and it made shitloads of money. And, we just had a good time. It was great. and I don't know. The reason that Logan Paul was in it was literally just because I read that fucking post before I went to sleep. So it was interesting. And I guess he got the money to do it, right? Thrifty with the 6-7. Come on, man. So, it's just, look, sometimes I have very fucking vivid dreams. They always feel real. They always feel really real. I don't know. Maybe my subconscious wanted a little payback. I'm not sure. Who knows? No, I appreciate you, Devin. Thank you very much. You have a good weekend. I don't know what I don't know why I had that dream. Oh, this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly.
At my boom boom pow super chatted $4.99. Haley just said she doesn't like or respect animation and now Logan is looking awkward and sad. I wanna save him but I can frown.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Boom Boom Pow. Brouhaha said, so subconsciously you do want to run a network? No, so in the dream, we paid people to run it and they ran it. Oh my God, thank you very much.
5 bomb, 5 bomb, 5 just hit the town. Wake the mayor, ring the bell. Everybody panic now.
I love it. Thank you very much, Devin. Appreciate you. Mesa said there is a horror show going on at home. Can I come out, hang out here for a bit? Of course you can. Of course you can. You have to behave, Mesa. You have to be a good little boy. Okay, you have to be a good little boy. You know what? I had a dream. This is all right. I have weird dreams. Okay. I had a dream about Mesa once. Okay, I had a dream about Mesa. It was a very short dream. Like it was like a dream that led into a different dream. Okay, it was not a gay dream. So it was like all of the there was a bunch of people that did this huge meetup, right? Mesa and his laser. No, Danny, nothing like that. Okay, no, it wasn't a dirty dream. Okay. We did this meetup, and then there was this really tall, slender, brown-haired woman that walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm Mesa," and we're like, "What? Wait!" Like a bunch of us were like, "Wait, Mesa's a chick?" Yeah, I pretend to be a guy online. It was. People treat me differently when they find out I'm a hot woman. It was really fucking funny. What do you mean I will pay for that? Look, I can't help that I had that dream, okay? I cannot help that is the dream I had. It was really fucking funny. Can we get some dubskis in the chat for hot skinny female Mesa? No, I don't. For some reason, the dream, it was Billy was there, Buff was there, and Scooter was there, and Scooter was trying to put the moves on you. Oh my God. It was a really fucking funny dream. It was a really, really fucking funny dream. It was very short and it led into some other random kind of zombie dream, but yeah, look. Wait. What? Oh, dude, I don't know, bro. Okay, so the payment structure, I don't think we could really agree on a decent payment structure for this X-Host network, right? I don't think we could find a decent payment structure. I feel like because there's so many differing levels of experience, sub count, audience size, I feel like you can't split anything, I feel like they just have to get what they get, and it's up to them to all work together to try and make it work. So, I don't think having a leader that takes a cut, unless unless, all right, so with like if the leader, Scooter, in this scenario was expected to take care of certain things, right? If things fell back on him, then maybe. Then like if the leader was expected to, you know, deal with the shit like racism or, you know, hire and fire people and crap like that, it would be I'm not the leader. Look, this is not about me being the leader. I just really wanted to theory craft it because ever since people talked about this being a thing, like the ex-host starting a network, I've just been thinking about how it's going to go for them, you know? So a founder's fee, maybe a full 50 cut. I don't know. It's a hard thing, right? Like because there is a lot of work that goes into structure. Because, like, you know, what happens when, what happens if they set that everyone's going to stream for, I don't know, 2 hours and it's going to be back to back to back to back to back, right? What happens if someone goes live during someone else's space? Because you have to, the thing is you either have to have, like, respect. There has to be either respect for the leader, respect for the network, or fear, right? Poor Mesa came here and just got his cheeks clapped. That's crazy. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I don't know why I had that dream, okay? I don't know why I had that dream. But I will say in the dream, when Scooter was putting the Riz on you, you were kind of into it, okay? You were kind of into it. You were getting a little flushed. Wait, the S word wouldn't it what is the S word? I could have kept it to myself, but I've had a couple of shots. So you guys are fucking funny, dude. Schedule. Oh God. Well, look, I don't have a schedule, so it's fine. They can have a schedule. They can have a schedule. You know. So I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that have to get worked out, and it's one of those. You either have to have a leader that's going to make all of the decisions, and everybody has to follow what the leader says. All right, Smoke Elijah, bro. Go Google what the fuck parasocial means, okay? Because your brain has been melted by the LCU. I get it, right? A lot of people's has. Go Google what that word means. So, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it. So and the thing is if everybody tried to do, like, because what'll likely happen is, like, I don't know, they'll probably try to do like a council, right, where they all have input into what's going on. You're not using it correctly. You're not using it correctly. Oh my God. You're shipping Scootsa? You're shipping Scootsa? That's crazy. You're shipping Scootsa? Dude, we love that. We love Scootsa. Can we get some hashtag Scootsas in the chat? But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where they would, you know, if they tried to do it council based, you know, what happens when there's a disagreement? How do they decide what, you know, what happened? Yeah. How do they resolve issues if there's a disagreement about, like, who should be in the network, or if someone should be kicked out of the network? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It's been an hour and a half already. Jesus. You think that people should duel it out? I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Right? Badger Cat got me. Jesus Christ, Mooch. Oh my God. Okay. So I think like, yeah, the networks get really messy, right? Because what happens is when you try and bring in audiences from all these different people, you're going to have a bunch of clashing like personalities. You're going to have a bunch of like clashing opinions. So what happens, right? When let's just say, for example, Scooter's top donator and I don't know, Thick Gemini's top donator get into a beef. How do you resolve that? Right? How do you resolve that? Because obviously, it's, you know, unless it's something really, really crystal clear, like, you know, something bad like racism or some, you know, something inappropriate, right? How do you deal with that? Because Scooter's going to likely take the side of his top donator, and Thick Gemini's going to take the side of his top donator. Donation duel, mud wrestle. It's all hypothetical, allegedly. This is all just theory crafting a make-believe universe because people have been talking about it happening. Swords at 50 paces? Right? Because what happens, right? What happens if, let's say, I don't know, let's say Scooter's top donator, you know, gets called out or some shit like that for it, and then they leave. They're like, I'm not being a part of this anymore. And then Scooter's taken a knock, right? Crimson Knight said, you don't revolve the shows around top donators. This is nothing to do with the show portion of it. This is like in the actual community, right? Because when you do something like a network, you've got the shows, you've got the hosts, and then you've got the community side of things. And they all fucking work together. It's not a, you can't have one without the other. Mr. Boom Boom Power said, do you like cowboys, princess? Actual quote. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Right? But you see what I mean, right? So, because at the end of the day, it is also like, you know, it's also a business. Now, if none of them had, like, if none of them are money driven, that's totally fine, right? There's always someone else to fill the spreadsheet line. Fuck off, bro. That spreadsheet thing is not becoming a thing, okay? It's just a stupid AI song made by a stupid prompt by fucking Chunky. Fuck him. But also, he's been really kind to me lately, so yeah, we're not. Fuck this. There is no spreadsheet. You know. So, but then what happens there? There's a lot of because with you know, with Keem running the LCU, he brings in his own massive audience, right? Mike brought in a big audience. Billy brought in a big audience. When you're doing a little network, people are bringing in little audiences, and a lot of them are shared. So what happens? Like what happens if? And when I use any of these people's names, it's all just as an example, right? I don't actually mean any, like, you know, it's just replace name here. It could be Life with Ron, whoever else the fuck it is, right? Let's say Scooter's living off streaming, right? And then his biggest donator leaves because of a beef that happened between someone that's in Thick Gemini's community. But they're all in this one big network community. There's a lot of shit that goes into this. It's not like the LCU where like there's just a rotating amount of people that's coming in and coming in and coming in, you know? Wow, they're not really coming in anymore, but do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, it's when you're a lot smaller, there's a lot more to lose as well, right? There's a lot to gain, but there's a lot to lose. Because you could be introducing all of your people to someone else that they like more, and they might all go watch them instead and be like, bye-bye to you. You know, like there's all shit about that. Crimson Knight said, acknowledging that top donators can cause beef between hosts means the show revolves around them. Whales come and go. Right, but this is a hypothetical for a brand new network, right? An ex-host network that doesn't have any kind of, like, apart from ALR, doesn't have some crazy big YouTuber that's bringing people in. Right? This is something they're all trying to like. If they did a network together, they'd be all building it from the start from the bottom. You know, there's no pre-existing massive audience that's going to come in. You know. You know what I mean? There's no pre-existing audience. So if they were all going to work together, they actually all have to work together. The fun. Okay, all right. Let me ask you this, Smoke Elijah. Do you think we all just like sat around talking about like fucking YouTube practices and shit like that, being like, yeah, you know, this is how much it costs to get bots and shit? Like, bots were never even mentioned ever, not one time. Like, it's just, I don't care. It looks obvious. Wait, Crimson Knight said, bro, you're just trying to talk yourself out of it. I'm not in it. This is literally just theory crafting because they're talking about creating a network, and I wanted to theory craft something today. That's it. I'm not a part of it. I will never be a part of it. Like, it's not, this is just fun for me. This is just, I'm not hinting at anything. I'm not fucking suggesting anything. I'm just theory crafting because like, it's fun. That's as deep as it goes. I promise. I promise. My motivation's been a little lower lately because of shit that's going on. And so I had this, you know, it's okay. I promise. I'm just doing me. I just do me and I redirect to Billy now. That's all it is. We're just playing fantasy YouTube. That's all it is. We're playing fantasy YouTube. You imagine all the hosts sitting on Discord rubbing their hands together, coming up with the new ways to beg for money. I wish it was like that. That would have been really fucking funny. No. Everybody keeps their ideas to themselves mostly because they don't want other people to take them. Because that happens, right? I've seen Discord like conversations where people have theory crafted ideas they might do for their stream, and then all of a sudden one of the other hosts that was in there went and did it. It's like don't be scared to be controversial. I'm not scared to be controversial. I'm just enjoying talking about it. Billy said Rastov and I do be rubbing our hands together. I don't know what you mean, Billy. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, I think the ex-hosts, they could do some kind of network if they ran it right, but it would take a lot of time to structure it out. It would take a whole, like, they can't rush into it, otherwise it's going to flop. You want me to stop getting one guide? No, see, like, you know, no. I can't help it. I'm in that mode, all right? I'm in that mode at the moment. If it's a new small network, they should focus on building not what revenue is coming in the beginning, but what revenue could come in the future. Well, a lot of people want that that instant dopamine hit, right? They want that quick success. I do get fun guide. Yeah. Or they would get someone to make a fake account, secretly record the Discord so they could see which donator was talking behind their backs and then decide. Jesus Christ. I ain't got time for that. That's insane. Powerage with the gifty. Thank you, brother. The ex-hosts the ex-hosts are/were most of the top talent. It only makes sense to work together. If you went and asked them each individually, right? What did they bring? Do you know if do you think they would all be able to tell you, like, straight up, right? Wait, that actually happened? That's fucked. That's insane. Powerage with another gifted. Thank you, brother. Interesting. Because look, if you ask me, you know, like what I was good at, I'll fucking tell you. I can't tell you. I have no idea. I don't know. I was just there. You know? One day I was just complaining. I hate that you made me look at that. I hate that you made me look at that. I hate that you made me check that. Fuck you. I actually checked to see if he was in waiting. Mr. Boomer Power said Emma writes fanfics and likes men older than her. Oh, interesting. Dude, yeah, I haven't kept up with any LCU lately, so I don't know. That's nuts though. Fucking, I can't believe you baited me with Billy in waiting. That's crazy. He's not even in the server yet. It's great showrunner, keep people on track. I mean, flow is important, right? Flow is definitely important. I think because I don't have a co-host, I treat you guys like my co-host. And I like that. And if people don't like that, honestly, and I mean this in a nice way, fuck off. Okay? I don't care. I like my chat being my co-host. I liked having Billy as a co-host. He was fantastic. I love him. I would do that again like that. But I like having people to bounce off, and I bounce off you guys. Because you guys are fucking smart. You guys are smart. You know what you like. You know, you have opinions and theories and shit. It's like having a bunch of different people to draw from. It's great. Precious with the silver star. Thank you very much. Isn't Boom my co-host? No, he works. Latest LCU news is Boogie screamed and the other hosts put mustard on themselves. Sweet. It's good to keep yourselves in the know. Well, that wasn't nice. I don't mean it in that way. Like, it's just, you know, I mean outside, because I get outside criticism, you know, that this is a hug box and all this other shit. Yes, it is. Don't care. It's not a bad thing, right? I don't need a fucking chat full of haters to motivate me. I don't operate that way. I want a chat full of people that are having fun and enjoying it, you know? I don't care. Like, I will take 50 people that are dedicated and enjoying and having fun over 3,000 people that are like fucking sitting there shitting on me. I don't care. Like, you feel like you don't know anyone in the LCU anymore? Actually true. Should be a healthy mix of fans and haters. I mean, I don't care. Like, you know what? Like Smoke Elijah, I respectfully don't care. Right? I don't care. I don't care. Like, I genuinely, I mean this, I don't care. I get trolled by my community all the time, right? But I don't give a fuck about having like shitloads of haters in the chat. I don't ban them, but they don't come here because I don't give them what they want, you know? What if we love and hate you? I mean, that's fine too. Yeah, I have a bunch of people that are always critical, right? That always give me honest feedback. Sometimes to the point like, Rastov, you keep getting one guide by him and I'll actually time him out. I can't help it, okay? I can't help it. It's not my fault. You know what? Time me out. Time me out from getting fucking from getting one guide. Jesus Christ. For some reason, there's just something in me, you know? Billy said nom nom one guide me. Yeah. Look, I think that an X-House network could work, but I think they need to take a lot of time to actually think about it. Oh, he got hit. Bye. You know, I think they have to take a lot of time to sit down, actually talk about what they want to achieve together and how they want to achieve it, you know? And I feel like it could be successful if they rush into it and they try and capitalize on the hype. I feel like it's going to fail. Stick. Oh my God. What's up, Stick? Gave me so much positive advice and goodwill motivation. You ignored it. That's on you, Chinbeard Stick Rules. Fuck you, bro. I hope you're doing good, man. Honestly. I hope you're doing good. You crack me up. I love Stick. He's fucking funny as hell. I still remember like fucking like when we still had, I think it was Stonic on the show back in Aussie time, and everyone's like, dude, Stick's gonna jump up and destroy you guys. He's gonna jump up and wreck you guys. He jumps up and he's like, hey, how's it going? I'm Canadian. Like, he's just a nice guy. Fucking so funny. We were just expecting this guy to come up with double barrels, and he's just like, yeah, well, it's nice to meet you guys. Like, I remember talking about it afterwards, like, what the fuck was that? The guy was just wholesome and kind. But he's talking so much shit in the chat. It's so funny. Press F for 10 joules. We love that. No, you did not, Stick. No, you didn't wreck shit. You were nice as hell. What was that accent? I don't know. You know what? I've never actually tried the Canadian accent ever. You know, a boot is kind of as far as I've gone. It's one of the accents I've not tried. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. Stick is a sweetheart. He's very nice. He acts real tough, but he's just a nice guy. It sounded more Swedish. Yeah. All right. So, you know what? I'm gonna poll the chat. I actually want to see what you guys think. Do you think an X-host network will... Oh, this is meant to be my hug box. Instead, I'm getting spanked constantly. Freedom Tower said, I would love to co-host a stream with you, but it would have to be from my phone. I don't have a setup. Maybe when my membership hits 1 year. I mean, dude, one day, who knows? At some point, I will get people on. But what I'm learning is I have real control issues. So I'm like, I don't, like, yeah, maybe. I think I would have to test people jumping up in a live stage. Because I overthink shit too much, you know? All right. But that could be cool. Most people think no. Most people don't think an X-host network will succeed. Yeah, Nom Nom's rates are insane. $5 a minute, crazy work. Crazy work. We will likely be doing golf with friends on Sunday as well, so look out for that. An X-host show would have a better chance. Maybe. Yeah, dude. Okay. I did not realize that most of you got, well, almost half of you think that X-host network's going to fail. I think they have potential to do it well. I think it's just going to depend on, you know, because like there's going to have to be someone at the top, right? Someone that actually has the final say on shit. And it's going to have to be reasonable, you know? Like, you know, I know we joked about Scooter being the leader and all the jokey shit with the scenarios and the payment structure and shit like that. And that was fun. I enjoyed that. But I think if it's something they're actually planning to do, they can't just rush in and, like, if they want it to succeed, if they want it to actually succeed, they have to take the time to actually build up the structure and figure it out, you know? But I think they have to, you know, one of the things that they'll have to decide is what is the theme of their network, you know? What is the theme? Is it going to be drama? Are they going to be like is it going to be like a BBU where they fucking talk about the LCU and shit like that, you know? They have to decide these things. I'll be watching. I'll be checking it out. I'll be seeing how they go. You know, it'll be interesting to me to see if they, you know, succeed or not. I'll be watching. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll cover some of the shit that happens. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there. They just can't rush it. You know, they can't rush it. I think they have to be careful. They have to be very careful. Have I heard from Becky since she went dark? Her and I weren't exactly friends. So no, unfortunately not. You know, but the thing is, that's another thing is a lot of people that were fans of the LCU are crying out for Becky to come back. But the thing that they don't realize is they don't want her back. They want the feeling of how it was when she was there, right? Now, she had fans, right? She had actual fans, and like some of those people will probably want her back. But the people that are like, I didn't like her and I want her back, you don't actually want her back. You want the way that it used to make you feel back. You know? Back when it was smaller and more, you know, it was higher. It was quality rather than the quantity of shows, right? People want that feeling back. They want, you know, they want to go back to how they felt when they watched those shows. They don't want her specifically back because she cooked herself. She did. You know, she completely, like, if she came back now, it would be a terrible idea for her to do that because you can't erase the past. No one's going to forget that she fucking leaked everything was a script, that she was playing a character, that she did all of these things. It was not quality. No, when it was just like live, Queens, Rewind, and then Aussie, that shit was quality. It was good. You know, now it's just like fucking 24 shows and like no one knows who's on all of them. You know, that shit was quality. You know. You got a message from her a couple of months back. She has no interest in coming back and she's not in a mental institute. I don't think she should come back. You know? I think if she was going to ever try the online thing again, she should do her own thing by herself. Just let it happen. Let it ride. Quality equals hungry women eating cat food while locked into a contract. Wow. But the quality came from the fact that there was live Queens and then Rewind to cover it, and then this great little offshoot show, this little underdog really called Aussie. You know, no one really thought that was going to succeed, but those two kids had heart, and Stonic, he was cool. I like Stonic. You know, so it's you know, it's one of those things. It's one of those things where people want her back because they're not happy with how it feels now. The $1 million question is, do I want to go back? Not even fucking slightly. No, I don't want to go back. I don't want to have a boss again. I don't want to have a boss again. I don't want to be micromanaged. I just can't be asked. You know, I don't want to put in effort and have it get shit on when it gets too good. You know, I'm just not interested. Like it doesn't appeal to me anymore. I don't find it interesting anymore. I try to watch from nostalgia side of things. I just don't. Yeah, I just don't. I'm just not interested in it. I would watch this ex-host run network because it would be interesting to see how it would go. Because, like, to me, it'd be like the difference between professional football and college football. I enjoy college football way more than I enjoy professional because it's more raw. There's more mistakes. Like, it's more real. You know, whereas professional football feels like, and I like this aspect of it too, it feels like two teams playing chess against each other, right? Where there's a lot more human error in college football. So, yeah. Poop Guy said, she talks to a few people. I've mostly given her space. As much chaos as she could cause, it would be better for her not to. The thing is that it would be a short burst of chaos, and then once she got used and used up again, she would bail because it just wouldn't go. Like she would, if she wanted to do something, it would be on her own. She wouldn't engage with anyone from either of those communities and be fine. MJ said, hot take, I think the new universe will fail with someone in charge. I think they all would need to operate as a government. But see, even a government, right? There always has to be somebody that can, like, manage, right? because especially with content creators, right? Because everybody thinks that they're the shit essentially, except me. I don't think I'm the shit at all. You know, it's hard because what happens when it becomes like a split? Do they vote? What happens to the people that lose the vote? People don't usually let these feelings go, right? You know, we're talking about people that like sitting in front of a camera and sharing their feelings to their audience and like talking about shit and drama and crap like that, right? Boom said some comments in my Discord and Scooter did a whole stream on it, right? And then afterwards he was like, shit, I shouldn't have done that. He took an L. You know what I mean? There's so many moving parts. But this is what I like talking about, right? Like I like it when you guys throw out ideas so we can actually discuss the ideas. I love that. So it's a good point. Most of them probably aren't gonna want to answer to somebody, right? When I remember when Scooter left and they did that panel with Savage, Savage was saying that she was like leading the four horsemen, right? Like, and I remember being like, interesting, right? So, you know, but she had the bigger channel, she's got the bigger audience, you know, so it makes sense for her to be like, I want to be the tip of the spear with that one. Makes sense. Poop Guy said, I see Keem leaving as him pulling the lever on the ejection seat. It's on the verge of collapse, but if he's not there, he can say it wasn't his fault. Yeah, he doesn't like fire. I don't think he realized how much he hated firing people, you know? That's why he made a second network. He didn't want to fire anybody, but he didn't, you know, so he put them on a different network. Mr. Boom Boom Pow said, so, okay, Danny is dressed as a cowboy for his date. Jesus Christ. You know, I think it could be very interesting, but it would have to be something that they all agreed on. The universe is dying because there is no true compromise. No, yeah, it's right. That's 100% right. You know, so I don't know. I think if the X-House do a network like that, I think they shouldn't cover the LCU whatsoever. I don't think they should touch it. I don't think they should comment on it. They should use all of the creative juices that they have together and comment on each other. You know, use each other for content. Create new stuff. Don't sit there commenting on the LCU every day. Because this is the one thing, like if you know, when you say you don't need them anymore, but you're constantly talking about them, you do still kind of need them, right? Because if they weren't there to talk about, what would you talk about? You know what I mean? And that's part of the struggle that I've had is like, I don't like talking about them. So, you know, I've had to figure out how to do my own shit. And it's been a struggle, but it's been fun at the same time, right? Sorry, it was apparently Dylan, not Danny. Interesting. There's no way they could, though. The chat alone would force them into talking about it. I mean, yeah, the thing is you watch a Billy stream, people mention the LCU all the time, and he just doesn't acknowledge it, all right? He doesn't, he just, maybe he doesn't see it. I don't know. It is hard though. It is hard. It is definitely hard. But you know, I'm interested to see that if they actually do start a network properly and if they put it in place, what's the structure looking like? You know? Are they going to have contracts? If so, who draws them up? You know, because I mean, look, you can look at what happened with the BBU as an example of what happens when a rival side network pops up. It wound up with Savage and Roxy not getting paid. Something that has still not been rectified to this day, you know? Poop guy said, I think it's a mistake. You're making the right call by staying out. The thing is, it's like, one, I haven't been invited to anything, which is fine, but I'm pretty sure, like I think they know I wouldn't say yes anyway. I'm just happy being myself, right? I'm just happy doing this, you know? We do our streams every day. We've got the gaming channel. It's fun. It's good. I like the community. I get to keep it the way that I want to keep it, you know? I don't have to worry about like other creators' issues like that. You know, can still be friendly with everybody. It's cool. DVD said, to be honest, most of the ex-hosts who left, I liked when they were in the LCU, but this is the only show I enjoy watching now of the ex-hosts. The others can't stop talking and looping about the LCU. Don't have to work a normal 9-to-5 job, W. Yeah, that's... The funny thing, I spend more time working on this than I would a 9-to-5. Like some days, I have to admit, that I do miss the fact that like at my previous job, when the end of my shift happened, I did not think about it until the next day. But this is fucking awesome. I love doing this. This is the best thing I've ever done. This is the most exciting thing I've ever done. It's fucking tiring though. But I have nothing bad to say about it. I have nothing bad to say about it whatsoever. Like, this is so, like, I feel genuinely fucking blessed, right? To be able to do this, have people show up, support, and enjoy, and create. And it's just great, you know? But there's also a part of, like, there's a part of why I don't really want, like, I'm not too keen on working with other people, because then I'm kind of also putting this in their hands as well, right? Even though, like, it's not specifically, it kind of is at the same time, you know? I'm very protective. I'm very protective of what we have, and I don't want to lose that, and I might be too cautious, you know? Elijah says, I don't know how this is tiring. All you do is show up and talk to chat. It's not about that. It's about the outside things, right? You know? You spend all day making shit. The streaming part is the easy part. Love the streaming part. It's the preparing shit that I didn't have to, like, you know, because when you work a 9-to-5, right? Let's say you work at McDonald's. You learn how to flip the burger. You learn how to fucking, salt the fries, and that's it, right? DVD, thank you for the 5 gifties.
5 bomb, 5 just hit the town. Wake the mayor, ring the bell. Everybody panic now.
Right? There's a lot of, like, you have to think of something every single day, right? Every single fucking day. I struggle to just show up and talk about nothing. You know what I mean? You gave me a shout out last night that got me to 7K. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. You paying me back for when I got you to, was it 6K or 5? I don't know. I got you somewhere, you know? Elijah said, you're neglecting to mention that the McDonald's worker has to stand for 8 hours next to a hot-ass grill. There's different levels of tiring, you know? Am I physically tired? No. I get mentally drained, though. Like, I used to be able to do my old job without thinking about it, you know? So then when I would finish work, I'd have all this brain power to put into all this other shit. I'm not, like, this is not me complaining. I'm very, very lucky, you know? I don't know. Travel said, Rastov, you were my favorite guy in the LCU, but it seems like you're not doing so good solo. Maybe you should try return to the LCU. Depends what you gauge it on, honestly. Is it views? Is it money? Is it, I don't know. Is it happiness? Because the only thing that's down is views. But again, you have to remember, right? Starting from scratch with a little boost. Right? There's a little, like, obviously got a little boost from working in the LCU, but I still have to start from scratch, essentially. You know? Mooch said, I ran a team of analysts sitting in a chair. It can be draining as fuck. Yeah. It's, again, not complaining about this whatsoever, but I do find myself getting mentally tapped out when you're trying to, like think of ideas and create shit. But it's also because it's fun, right? it's very fun to be able to do it. You know, I honestly I feel very blessed. Yeah. So I don't know. The thing is you know, people look at the views and they think, oh, you know, it's cooked. But you go watch like any streamer that has like hundreds of thousands of subs and they stream, very few of them get like more than 100 views, you know? Unless they're already an established streamer and that's what they do, you know? So, I don't know. It is what it, I'm not unhappy. I'm very content with what we've got. Oh, we will be back on Sunday. Keep an eye out on the gaming channel. If anyone wants to come and play golf with friends, we will be doing that on Sunday. Unsure what time yet. I'll figure that out tomorrow. But I am going to be sending you over to Billy, who's now going to be streaming. But yeah, today I didn't think I would have any energy today at all, just with the week that it's been. But I've really enjoyed this stream. I love theory crafting shit. You know, it was all jokes. It was all jokes, but you know, I hope if they actually do a network together, I hope that they take it seriously, spend the time to actually work out how they want to run it, you know, and then go from there. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys a lot, and yeah, go tell Billy I said hi. And if you're not going to watch him, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you back next time. Love you guys. Bye bye now.